Okay, I see my messy kitchen. I get like a t-shirt or something off on the side of the chair. Sorry about that. But we're starting Proverbs 1. This is first day of the month. One proverb every day for 31 days of the month. And as I like to say, a proverb a day keeps the devil at bay. So we're open right up. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, David's son, king of Israel. Their purpose is to teach people wisdom and discipline to help them understand the insights of the wise. The purpose is to teach people to live disciplined and successful lives. Who doesn't want to live a disciplined and successful life? Let's read. To them, do what is right, just, and fair. These proverbs will give insight to the simple, knowledge and discernment to the young. Let the wise listen to these proverbs and become even wiser. Let those with understanding receive guidance. By exploring the meaning of these proverbs and the parallels, the words of the wise and their riddles, fear of the Lord is the foundation of true knowledge. But here's the fine print. But fools despise wisdom and discipline. Have you ever run into foolish people? They're unteachable. They think they know it all. They know nothing and they think they know it all. The wise men are usually more humble. They know it, but they don't necessarily say it. Talking to myself here, preaching to myself. Talk less, listen more. A father's exhortation, acquire wisdom. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instruction. I get a kick out of this. You know whose mother Solomon was? Bathsheba, one of his mothers. No, his actual biological mother. Wow, what a long way they went from Bathsheba bathing on top of a roof and David marrying her after that whole debacle. But God works things for the good. David murdered Uriah. He repented for the murder and he stopped murdering. That's simple. Stop lying, stop murdering, start cheating, stop. Did I say start cheating? Stop cheating, stop committing adultery. Whatever you're doing that's wrong, just stop it. Say, I'm sorry, God, and start over. Just don't become a person who's in a lifestyle of those kind of sins. We're all going to sin and fall short of the glory of Yahweh, but we should sin less. We're not going to be sinless, but we could sin less. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instructions, even if she is Bathsheba. What you learn from them will crown you with grace. Hey, look at the grace on my head. See, Jews, we talk about grace in the Old Testament, and Christians, we talk about grace in the New Testament. So we have a lot in common. Judeo-Christian Alliance. We are one made in God's image. And towards these latter days, and as we approach the time of the coming of Messiah, we got to be together, the Christians and the Jews. Don't let anybody talk you into being prejudiced against Jewish people. And Jews, don't be prejudiced against Christians. We're one. Remember that. God made us both, made us together. We're stronger. A twofold strand or cord is not easily broken. A threefold one with Yahweh God, the Jew and the Christian, all three, is you just really you can't break at all. See? So, my child, if sinners entice you, turn your back on them. That's it. Just walk away. They may say, oh, come join us. Let's hide and kill someone just for fun. Let's ambush the innocent. Hopefully, you're not hanging around with people like that. But if you are, run from them. Let's swallow them alive like the grave. Let's swallow them whole like those who go down into the pit of death. This is word for word in the Bible I'm reading from Proverbs. That was through Proverbs 1, verse 1 through 12. Now we start with verse 13. Think of the great things we'll get. Think of a loot. We'll fill our houses with all the stuff we make. Sounds like politicians, doesn't it? Come throw in your lot with us and we'll share the loot, the booty, whatever translation you're reading from. Share the stuff. My child, don't go along with them. Stay far away from the paths. They rush to commit evil deeds. They hurry to commit murder. An example here from 17 is if a bird sees a trap being set, it knows to stay away. But if these people set an ambush for themselves, they are trying to get themselves killed. See, a bird has sense. It'll see the trap and run. We see the trap. The foolish person, the ignorant person, the evil person trying to get us to do their bidding, to be a part of a co-conspirator in their deal. I mean, we're talking about really bad stuff here. We're not talking about capital demonstrations, free speech. That's okay. Well, Biden doesn't think it's okay, but that's an abomination. Biden Banana Republic. We're going to take back our capital and don't let them intimidate us. We need to take the White House, the Capitol, the Supreme Court. We need elected officers that are conservative, constitutionalists, originalists, and Jews or Christians who are part of the Judeo-Christian conservative mindset. But these people set ambushes for themselves. They're trying to get themselves killed. Such is the fate of all who are greedy for money. It robs life out of them. Now, mind you, you can make money, just don't love money. Make a lot of money if you want. Help a lot of people with it. It's a tool, like a hammer. A hammer could hit somebody over the head and kill them, or it could drive a nail into your neighbor's house as you're helping them build a home for themselves. Wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in public square. I don't know why wisdom is considered a woman, but she calls out to the crowds along the main street. She calls to those gathered in front of the city. Wisdom, baby, go get them. How long, you simpletons, will you insist on being simple minded? How long will you mockers relish your mocking? Oh, I think of Kamala Harris, the way she cackles and laughs. Oh, gives me the willies. It's just creepy, isn't it? I just saw a poll this week. They did a poll saying she's almost invisible. People don't even know anything about her, hardly, but they can't stand her. Why is that? How could somebody be that invisible and yet that unpopular? Oh, go scroll down a couple videos ago. We made something on this, I think a day or two ago. Come and listen to my counsel. I will share my heart with you and make you wise. I called you so often, but you would not come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. This is wisdom and knowledge and understanding calling out. How often do we not heed the call? You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. Friends, if somebody who is wise corrects you, take correction and be wiser. But don't be like a fool where they don't want any correction at all. Now, of course, if we're doing right and we don't need correction, and somebody from the Biden administration comes up to you and says, "Hey, stop doing so and so, wear your mask, do this, do that," don't listen to them. We're talking about wise counsel, not foolish counsel, and not evil counsel. That's what we listen to. So I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock when disaster takes over you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, and disaster engulfs you like a cyclone, and anguish and distress overwhelm you. When you cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me. So the foolish people, the evil people who thumb their nose up at God are not going to find him later when they're desperate. It'll be too late, baby. Too late, baby. So find God now. You never know when you're going to be able to find him in the future, where he could be. He might be silent. You might have been, your conscience might have been seared like with a hot iron, where you reprobate. You don't even want to hear things of God anymore. Look at the news. You can see a lot of reprobate newscasters and politicians every day of the week. Don't get like them. Think for yourself. It's not illegal yet. I got that t-shirt. I like it. For they hated knowledge and they chose not to fear the Lord. They rejected my advice. They paid no attention when I corrected them. Therefore, they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes. I love the Bible. Isn't it great scripture? Choking on their own schemes. Talk about food. That's great. For simpletons turn away from me to death. Well, foolish simpletons. I mean, I would say pretty much virtually everybody in the Biden administration, they're turning to death. You think I'm exaggerating? Therefore, abortion, that's death. Therefore, well, we could go on and on. You could figure it out. There's virtually anything in their policy is leading to death. For simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency. I mean, most of liberal schemes are leading to death or hell or destruction. Come on. Not hard for us to see. It's hard for them to see, but maybe they're willfully ignorant. They might intentionally want to party hardy and not give up some of that stuff. I'm personally for having all the good stuff, but you get married to the good stuff and you have the relations with the good stuff, the good wife. Skip ahead to the last chapter of Proverbs, the virtuous woman, Proverbs 31. That'll be the last one of our study. This is the first one today on the first, but on the 31st, we read about the virtuous woman, baby. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency. And the final verse, verse 33, on the first chapter of Proverbs is this: But all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. So I'm going to go to bed with some peace, peace, wonderful peace, and peace to you too. Long live the Jews and Christians and the patriots are out there trying to fight to get our country back again. Love all of you. Talk to you and Proverbs 2 coming up next.